Amid mounting reports that North Korea has sent its troops to fight for Russia in its war in Ukraine, South Korea is mulling over its potential response.
South Korean intelligence tells us they aren't actually regular troops. These are highly trained special forces. So stormtroopers and people who are accustomed to do real stuff. I'd say elite infantry probably would be the most accurate designation. North Korea is usually very, very reluctant to send their troops abroad. Actually, before 2024, they have never done it.
So why now? For one thing, Russia and North Korea signed a mutual defense and cooperation treaty in June. According to one expert, North Korea has been looking to expand its alliance with Russia to reduce its dependence on China.
From Kim Jong-un's point of view, it seems he really wants to do more engagement with Russia to counterbalance the influence of China, because North Korea never liked the idea that China is effectively maintains a monopoly in foreign trade of North Korea. They were always looking for some second power to counterbalance Beijing's influence.
Some experts say it could also be an opportunity for North Korea, which has one of the largest standing militaries in the world, to gain battlefield experience and modernize its warfare tactics.
There were multiple reports citing anonymous South Korean government sources that at least South Korea will be sending observation team, reportedly that might include military agents, which I assume will be in charge of studying North Korean combat tactics, because this will be a very rare or unprecedented moment for North Korean soldiers to actually practice modern warfare, basically.
Beyond an observation team, South Korea could be forced to take a more active role in the Russia-Ukraine war. Seoul has long resisted calls from Kiev to supply them with lethal military supplies to prevent Russia from helping North Korea with advanced military technology. But relations between Seoul and Moscow have deteriorated since Vladimir Putin's visit to Pyongyang in June. Some analysts also say that if North Korea is involved in the Ukraine war, Russia would more likely support Pyongyang if a conflict broke out on the Korean peninsula.
Russia helping out North Korea with any modern weapons technology that North Korea lacks, such as not just weapons, but also satellite launches. It will be considered a direct threat for South Korea. I think South Korea wanted to improve relations with Russia in the start of the year, but with the Ukraine war ongoing and the international criticism against Russia mounting, it's difficult for South Korea to really amend ties with Russia at all right now, especially after Russia signing that treaty with North Korea.
South Korea has condemned North Korea's reported presence in Russia.
정부는 북한군의 즉각적인 철수를 촉구하며 현재와 같은 북한과 러시아의 군사적 야합이 지속될 경우 이를 좌시하지 않고 국제사회와 함께 단호하게 대처해 나가기로 했습니다.
There are several measures the South Korean government is considering right now. A very high-level official came out in a briefing and said that Seoul might consider providing defensive weapons for Ukraine. When South Korea says defensive weapons, it probably means air and missile defense. And then if a certain threshold is also crossed in the future, they might also consider offensive weapons.
In South Korea, public opinion on how exactly the country should respond is divided. Some opposition lawmakers have accused South Korean President Suk-yeol of exaggerating the issue in order to distract from a growing political scandal involving his wife. In recent weeks, Yoon's approval ratings have plummeted to its lowest since his election in 2022.
It's a very polarized scene in South Korea. The Democratic Party and the ruling People Power Party, they have been having an endless spat, including the issue of whether or not to provide lethal weapons for Ukraine, or whether or not there should be more legislative oversight over issues like this, providing weapons for conflict zones. So there is a lot of domestic pressure that Yoon has to face if he goes down that road, especially considering he has a very low approval rate. And the citizens overall survey showed in the past 2 years continuously that there is not much of an appetite about helping Ukraine out with lethal weapons shipment.
However it chooses to respond, critics say Seoul should tread cautiously, given the potential impact on the security of the Korean peninsula.